Hi, Mike Kennedy with you this fine morning. It's nice right now. It's supposed to go up to 95 maybe today. Uh, Insects, pain, and Charles Darwin. We're going to connect all these. I've been taking this little course that's definitely not for the faint of heart on edible insects. It's mostly advocacy. I'll talk more about it once I finish it. For some reason, halfway through, the videos aren't working now, so I'll have to. I sent off a letter complaining. We'll see what they say back. But so insects respond to pain, sort of, but they don't remember it, and they don't have internal pain nerves. So they're saying that if an insect loses one of its legs, while it's obvious at that point when something happens where that leg is separated from it, it appears that an insect experiences pain. But after that, they don't. And they actually still try to use that leg when they're walking. So some people think that there's no actual memory of the pain, which is kind of crazy, but it would be like saying, someone, cut a finger off and then it didn't hurt. And, you wouldn't know better not to do it again, and you keep using your hand trying to, pull a trigger on a, cordless drill, even though you don't have that finger anymore. So kind of bizarre. And so that's kind of odd that insects would be that way. Now, why would they be that way? I'm not quite sure. Maybe there's some economy. In other words, there's something about it that's advantageous to insects. Obviously, insects have been very, very successful in the, evolutionary timeline. So maybe not having the internal pain receptors or appearing to have a memory of pain makes them just continue to do what they're doing no matter what. So you could see some advantages to that. So in other words, it's more geared toward maybe the survival of the species than the survival of that one individual. But then we're going to switch to Charles Darwin. Now, Charles Darwin had a big problem when he learned about, there was a wasp that actually lays an egg inside of another insect, okay? And what happens is that insect develops inside the host insect until basically it's eaten everything out of the middle of the insect. The insect basically dies because there's not much of it. The organs it needs to live are gone. And then this insect would break out through and complete its life cycle. And Darwin thought that was very unfair. And he actually lost a considerable amount of faith in God because of it. Now, you wouldn't think that would be one issue that would get someone, but evidently it did get Darwin. And he supposedly died what people would call a nominal Christian. In other words, he still went occasionally to a Universalist church. And but his faith was shaken by this idea that God would allow this horrible thing to happen. Well, looking at this in retrospect, evidently the insect would be no wiser that it was even happening. And I suppose that's good for the host, the insect, so it can continue to, grow or whatever, but bad for the other insect. There are a number of insects, too, that are preyed on by other insects as far as being used, having an egg laid inside them or on them that eventually uses that insect for food. Now, some insects will actually kill that insect first, but other ones don't. And is it the cichlids? Ones that come out every 17 years, right? There's something that can infect them, and it makes them, believe it or not, it makes them climb up. So this is advantageous to the host organism because that gives them a chance to disperse more. But I just thought that was very interesting, the idea of insects in pain, not having those. Now, humans have certain areas in their body where they can't feel pain either. That's what's so bad about some of the cancers and things, that they continue to grow there, and until they actually, press on something or interfere with something, that's when the person has a clue that something's going wrong. Whereas there's other parts of the body that have a lot of nerve endings and inside, like your intestines, and you're really going to know if there's something wrong there, generally. But insects, pain, and how Darwin looked at it. Bye.